Thank you so much for joining us today, Taban, at IMpower. It's great to have you here. You participated earlier today in the Women Mean Business Lunch, where you spoke about your experience as a genocide survivor, as well as about your organization, Lotus Flower. So can you tell us just a little bit about Lotus Flower, what its mission is, and what kind of work it does?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me here. So the Lotus Flower, we support women and girls impacted by conflict and displacement, and we work in northern Iraq at the moment. We implement projects inside camps, and we work towards 4 pillars, which is education and livelihoods, peace building and human rights, health and safety, and we've added climate change recently as well. So we're kind of aligned to SDG goals and implement projects under those pillars. And today we've kind of supported, I think, 60,000 women and girls. Half of that is completely unique and direct. And it started after the ISIS conflict, founded in 2016.
So how did you get involved with Lotus Flower? How did it start? Can you just tell us a little bit of background?
So I'm a genocide survivor myself, and I personally have experience of conflict, fleeing, and coming to a new country as a refugee. And so from a personal perspective, I'm very connected to that. And I guess in April 2014, I was asked to do a talk on Genocide Remembrance Day at the House of Lords. And as soon as I did that talk, something kind of clicked in me that wanted me to do something more related to my past history. And of all places, I was working at 91 at the time, which is the asset management firm. And I asked my CEO for some life advice, and he gave me the most amazing advice, which was, Taban, you need to go and fly. And I literally did. And this is at the time when ISIS was taking over northern Iraq, and the charity that I joined was distributing aid and rescuing people that was trapped on a mountain that was hemmed by ISIS. And so it kind of just started there. I spent 15 months working out there and became very close to the women and girls. So when I came back to the UK, I thought I needed to do something that could help build a bridge between the two worlds that I've experienced. And that's how the Lotus Flower was founded.
So can you tell us just a little bit more about that bridge that you were talking about? How is it that you bridge that gap between your two worlds now with the girls that you help out?
Yeah, so all of our projects are implemented in northern Iraq. I have 200 staff that are all local staff there. And we work in various camps now, so we've kind of spread across the region. And the way that I do see it is, there's a massive need there. And I have access to a lot of people that want to help here. So what I do is bring the need and the want together and just build that bridge. And so for me, that's how I see how both worlds kind of collide and help each other and support each other.
And how do you see the wealth and investment management industry supporting the work that you do?
In my experience, there's always been a lot of people that I've known in the industry that are very supportive and want to help. It's often the case that they don't know how to help or what they can do or how to have that access to support. It can be very daunting. And that's where I feel we kind of provide. I'm in a very fortunate position where I can give them that access and show them how they can support. And I do believe, again, it goes back to the need and the want. And you can bring these two worlds together. Having worked in the industry before, I can see how beneficial it is and how actually it might be investments in terms of products here, but we're doing investments in terms of humans. And there's no reason why that can't be extended out into other ways of impacting.
And the talk you had today during lunch was an extremely emotional and impactful talk. So I'm sure that there's quite a few people that are now kind of looking to get involved. Can you tell me how people can get involved with Lotus Flower?
We had a great talk today, and I'm very grateful for the platform that we've had. It actually opened a lot of doors and a lot of interest of especially women coming forward to find out how they can help and what they can do. There are so many different ways, not just through donating. Donations are amazing, but we love donors who actually get involved and bring their heart into it, because I always say it's kind of everyone's charity. We're in this together as a community to support. It can be various ways. It can be opening doors to other connections. It can be speaking like we did today, platforms. raising awareness, helping raise donations. There are so many different ways, but each one can be tailored as well.
And what impact have you had to date, and how important is impact to you?
I think impact is vital. From day one, I've always said, if I can't measure the impact that I'm having, then there's no point in me doing it. I need to be able to prove, not only from a personal perspective, that we're having impact, but also donors want to see what impact you're having. So it's been ingrained in everything that we do, and it's been something that we've had to include from the start. And in terms of numbers, we have, 60,000 from, since 2016, and half of that number is unique numbers. But also, if you're looking at quality and case studies, there are so many different types of success stories that we've had. And that actually is the best form of impact, when you start reading the real case studies, and very direct. As a smaller organization, because we have that direct impact, we actually encourage donors to come out and see it. And, we take donors out to see the projects, and you can actually see the impact directly as well.
You mentioned that obviously success stories are how you measure your impact. Is there one success story that kind of jumps out at you?
Wow, there's so many. There's some I could say that would make you cry, but let's keep it more business focused, I think. So we have a program which is Women's Business Incubators, and I know that these programs happen outside of the camps, but what we do is bring it into the camps. And we train women, we give them business training, but also give them a small grant, and then they have to set up businesses in the camps. And we've got things like Baking Sisters, the cafe, supermarkets, and it's very, very intrinsic to what the needs of the community are. And they're very successful because it's what the community needs. For example, nobody would think that a bakery is needed in the camp, but actually it's one of the most profitable businesses that you can have. They have birthdays, they have graduations, they have Eid celebrations, they've got weddings, and all these celebrations have moments where they need cakes or baking. And so they are oversubscribed in terms of customers. They actually are in a position where they can start giving back to the community. So they do days where they offer out free baking foods. And for me, I think that's a great way of showing the impact in terms of a success story.
And as you spoke about community and everything, this event, obviously we like to think of it as a community for the wealth and investment management industry. So I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on how you have found the event, and what kind of interesting conversations you've been having with people.
It's my first time at the event, and I am so blown away by the warmth. I think you do feel that sense of community. Everyone's been very open, very approachable. We've been able to kind of just spark conversations with anyone. You don't need to know, which is lovely, because actually when you kind of go into these spaces, it can be quite daunting if you don't know anyone, especially as someone that's not working in the industry. But everyone has been absolutely amazing and really, really curious and interested to find out more about the work that we do. And it's really opened up great opportunities for us. So my experience has been great.
I'm so happy to hear that, because it's been absolutely amazing having you here. And thank you for coming to IMpower and telling us about the work that you do and highlighting the voices of those who need highlighting.
Thank you so much. Thank you.